Hi guys, this is going to be a 30-minute mat Pilates class. All you'll need is a circle. If you don't have a circle, you can still do this class without it. The circle just adds a little bit extra to each move. So you'll still find them familiar. Anything, essentially we're either holding onto it or it'll be between our legs. So just hold the same position without the circle if you don't have one. But we're going to start standing on our mat, feet hip distance apart, soft bend in your knees. We're going to take both of our hands to one handle on the circle. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently drawing your chin to your chest. We're going to start to roll down, and then as your opposite handle hits the mat, we're just going to gently sink in. Soft bend through your arms to bend through the circle. You'll feel a bit wobbly, and that's okay. Taking a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, gently peeling back up through your spine. And then we'll roll down again. Deep breath in. As you exhale, drawing your chin to your chest, rolling down, pressing that circle into the mat, straightening through the back of your legs, and then restacking. We'll go for one more like this. Drawing your chin to your chest, rolling down, soft bend, and restacking. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take the circle into each of our hands. Soft bend in your knees, feet are still hip distance apart, and we're just going to gently rotate your core to the left, rotating the circle with you, but aiming to pull that right hip bone forward as you twist. So you don't want to be twisting your whole hips, it's just through your core. So imagining there's a piece of string coming out of that right hip bone, really reaching forward, and then coming back through center. Then as we rotate to the right, we're pulling the left hip bone forward. Beautiful. Reaching to one side and the other. We'll go one more here. And then bringing your circle back to center, we're just going to step out into our second position. So heels are out from underneath our hips. Toes are anywhere from 1 to 45 degrees, whatever feels best through your knees. So let your knees be the judge of the angle of your toes, because as we lower down, we want to make sure that our toes are tracking over our knees. We don't want them to be pulling in at all and twisting in any uncomfortable kind of way. We're going to start with the circle, just holding it in front of us, gently sinking down, tucking your tailbone as you go, drawing your shoulders back, and then standing tall. Sinking down and tall. That's it. And then we're going to add a little squeeze to the circle as we lower down. So squeezing in and releasing. Squeezing, releasing. That's it. Next one, we're going to lower down and hold, and we're going to just squeeze in and out through our arms. And Will is talking to me. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2. Last one, we're going to stay low, reaching the circle out in front of you, and we're going to take that rotation like we did when we were standing, keeping your hip bones both facing forward, twisting through your core. Then we're going to start to tap it to the knee that we're rotating towards. So reaching up and over, almost like you're drawing a rainbow shape. Tapping and lifting. That's it. We'll go for 4 and 3, 4, 2, and last one. We're then going to straighten out our legs, bringing the circle down in front of us as we fold forward, popping it onto the mat, and we're just going to bring either your fingertips or your hands, just depends on how flexible your legs are feeling. We're going to come down onto the mat, gently lifting through your heels and lowering. You can always walk your hands out a little bit further if it's more comfortable. That's it. You want to try and avoid taking too much weight through your hands. They're just there to help you avoid falling over the front. We'll go for 3 and 2. Last one. And then taking the circle as you fold all the way back up. We're now going to spin to face your right leg. So right leg in front, left leg behind. We're going to come down onto the mat and set up our 90-90 lunge. So you want to check that you've got a nice 90-degree bend between both of your knees. And we're then going to take the circle, just holding it in front of us to begin. And as we stand tall, we're going to lift it up above our head and then lowering down as we tap that knee. That's it. Beautiful. Breathing in and out as you go. We'll go for 4 and 3. Whoa, almost fell. 2. Last one, we're going to lower and hold. We're going to pulse up and down and squeeze in on the circle. That's it. For 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, stepping all the way forward, shaking your legs out. But then just going to step back so that we're in the center of our mat. We're going to hold the circle long ways, extending your left leg again. So you still want to have the same leg reaching behind. We're going to come into a little bit of balance work. So reaching that leg long, arms reaching out in front of you. You're going to gently rock forward until the circle taps onto the mat. So you've got a little bit of stability there. Then we're going to lift that back leg as high as you can. And then dropping through your shoulders, bending through the circle. And then coming back up. That's it. So rocking forward. Ooh, letting the circle land to begin. Lifting that leg tall and then pressing through. And I need to look straight ahead. That's it. Dropping that left hip down. It's wanting to open up. Straightening through the right leg. Beautiful. We'll go for one more. Rocking down. Whoa, beautiful. And then coming all the way back up. We'll shake your legs out. We're then going to come to our opposite side. So we're going to take your, oh gosh, this is where I test my memory. We're going to take your left leg forward this time. Circle holding it in the center again, starting on the mat. So we set up our 90-90 lunges, tucking that back toe. And then we're going to start with, as we lift up into our lunge, we're going to take the circle above our head. So we're lifting and lowering down. You can also do this, these leg work section with weights. If you would like a little bit of extra weight to lift. Breathing in and out as you go. That's it. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to lower and hold, taking little pulses up and down through your knees and in and out through the circle. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Stepping those legs forward, coming back to the center of your mat. We're going to have the same leg extended behind us, holding the circle at one handle. Gently lowering down. That's it, finding your balance. Lifting through that back leg. Ooh, and coming all the way back up. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhaling to lower down. That's it. Breathing in and out as you go. It's totally fine if you're wobbling. Just find the point of lowering down where it feels challenging for your balance and just pause there and then come back up. No need to feel like you need to go all the way. The last one, I'm going to reach down and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Coming all the way up, shaking your legs out. Whew. We're then going to bring our circle with us, as always, coming down onto the mat, and we're going to come into our side lying series. So we'll start just with the circle in front of you. We're going to pick it up again in a moment, but we're going to lie down with our hips and our shoulders stacked along the back of the mat. So setting yourself up, and then we're going to have knees and ankles stacked along the front. So if you were looking from a bird's eye view, it looked like you were sitting on a chair or with nice 90-degree bends in your legs. Now you can either have your head up in your hands like this, or you can lie down completely. If this still feels too tight through any part of your body, you can sit up on your forearm. If you are on your forearm though, You just want to make sure that you're not sinking into your side and that you feel nice and lifted out of that shoulder. So that's the only thing to keep in mind if you are going to be on your forearm. But what we're going to start with is we're just going to switch your core on, stabilize through your hips, gently opening up through that top knee, and then lowering down. Lifting up and lowering. As you're lifting your knee, I want you to imagine you've got a piece of string pulling out of that front hip bone, same one as before, so that it's drawing that top hip forward as you lift your knee up. That's it. Lifting and lowering. We'll go for 3 more here. And 2. Last one, we're going to lower down halfway and hold. We're then going to keep your toe pointed, tucking your knee in towards your chest, and then flexing your toe towards your shin, extending it out long. So pointing your toe, drawing it in, flexing your toe, breathing in and out as you go. That's it. Reaching along, aiming to really stretch that leg as long as you can, like you're trying to touch your heel on the wall. Towards the end. Beautiful. We'll go for 3 and 2. Last one, we're going to reach long, and then we're just going to bring our knee in, bent at 90 degrees over our bottom leg again. We're going to stabilize from our hip to our knee, flexing your toe towards your shin and straightening it out in front of you, then pointing your toe and bending it in. So hip to knee is staying nice and still as much as possible. And then as you're reaching it forward, you want to try and keep your knee there and then bend it back. Beautiful. We'll go for 5 and 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to sweep out and hold, and then keeping your leg long, sweeping back and forward. Reaching back and forward. Just reaching however far forward your hamstrings will let you go. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2. Last one, where they're just going to bend that knee back in, taking our circle into one handle, popping the ball of your foot into the other, and we're just going to come up into a nice stretch for a second. So you can start with just hanging out here with your arm and your leg extended, whatever that looks like for you. Purely depends on the length of your arms and legs. And then we're going to gently bend through your elbow to stretch that leg a little bit higher over your hip, trying to draw your hips over one another as much as possible. So you want to avoid like completely rocking back. Beautiful. What we're then going to do is bending your leg, reaching it out long, toe still pointing towards the roof. Circle's just going to be reaching out on a straight line, and we're going to reach that leg up, reaching it through the circle and lowering down. Reaching and lowering. Reaching and lowering. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to lower down and pause. We're then going to lower the circle to tap our leg, lifting it up, and then reaching our leg into the circle. That's it. Beautiful. We'll go for 5. You can move a little bit faster if it feels good. 4, 3, 2, and last one, reaching. Beautiful. You can bend that knee in. Whew. Feel free to massage out your glutes or do anything that you feel like they need. From here, we're going to take our circle and we're going to set it up underneath our bottom leg. So you want to start with your bottom legs bent. You want to start with bringing your ankle towards the end of the mat. You want just enough bend in your knee that it helps you balance, so you don't feel like you're lying completely on your side. And then we're just going to rest above your ankle bone on that bottom handle. From here, lying down again, same as we were before, we're going to rest our top ankle on top, And we're going to start with switching your core on, pulling your side body up off the mat, and then squeezing in and releasing. Fingertips can come to the front of the mat if you would like a little bit of stability. Otherwise, you can take that arm up in front of you. You'll feel if your arm is up above you, your core will work a lot harder to help you balance as you squeeze it in. So don't worry if you feel like you're rocking from side to side. It means your core is working really hard to stop you from falling over completely. That's it. Squeezing, releasing. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, reaching long. We're then going to take our top hand, fingertips coming to the top of the mat. So you want it to be the very, very top of your fingers. Sorry, I should probably say top of fingers, because you just want to avoid, you don't want to be putting loads of pressure just into your fingertips if you do feel like you need it. So we're going to go fingertips here, lifting through your core. We're going to draw your bottom leg. Oh, sorry, we're going to take your head out of your hand. Completely forgot. So you're lying down flat, drawing that bottom leg up to meet your top, and then lowering down. So switching your core onto balance here to begin, lifting and lowering. That's it. Lifting and lowering. Beautiful. Next one, we're going to lift and hold. And then we're going to tap the tops of your toes together, and then we're going to squeeze down and lift. That's it. We're just going to go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Gently lowering that leg down, and then we're going to sit ourselves all the way up, taking your circle out, and we're going to spin around to the other side. So setting yourself up with your head at the opposite end of your mat. Again, you can either be on your forearm, lying down with your head in your hand, or you can lie down completely with your head on your arm. Completely up to you. You'll probably find each side of your body feels quite different anyway. But we're going to bring shoulders and hips to the back of the mat, knees and ankles to the front. Circles just resting in front of you for when we'll use it. And then we're going to start pulling that front hip forward, lifting that top knee up, and then lowering back down. Beautiful. Breathing in and out as you go. Beautiful. We'll go for 3, 2. Last one, we're going to come down halfway, keeping we're going to hug your knee into your chest, and then reaching long through your heels, straightening that leg out behind you, and then drawing your ankle back so that it's just in line with your hip bone. So we're going to point your toe, pulling it all the way in, and then reaching long. Pointing your toe, and reaching long. That's it. We'll go for 4, and 3, 2, and last one. We're going to reach long. We're then going to bend this top knee in so that it's parallel over our bottom leg, stabilizing from our hip to our knee, and then just reaching out, pointing your toe, drawing it back in. Reaching out, trying to keep that knee as far forward as you can. You can use your hand to keep it touching if that helps. Beautiful. We'll go for 3, and 2. Last one, we're going to sweep out and hold, pointing your toes, sweeping back, and then forward. Reaching back, and forward. Beautiful. Trying to stabilize through your hips as you go, and trying to keep your core super still. So you don't want to be folding through your core as you sweep forward. You just want it to be hinging from your hips. We'll go for 3, and 2. Last one, Beautiful. We're then going to take our circle, popping our foot into the opposite handle, and then just taking a nice stretch there. Starting with just hanging in that stretch. Depending on how your hip flexor is feeling, feel free to take a bend of your knee, twist it around however you need to stretch out the side. Depends on how your hip flexors are already feeling. They've already done a lot of stabilizing where we did the other leg, so they could be burning a bit. I'm going to take an extra stretch up and over, trying to pull that front hip bone as far forward as it'll go. And then we're going to release our leg, reaching the circle long, lowering down, and then lifting the circle, lifting your foot through the circle. That's it. Beautiful. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to add our arm lower. So lowering that leg so it's parallel with your hip, lowering the circle, lifting the circle, leg to the circle. That's it. Little combination of both. Beautiful. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. And you can bend that knee all the way in. Ooh. Giving it a little massage if you need to. From here, we're going to pop it underneath our bottom leg, so extending that bottom leg out until you've got just enough of a bend through your knee to help you balance. Drawing that leg into your handle, holding the circle, and then we're going to take the top leg on top, lifting through the side of your, through your side body. So you don't want to feel like you're hinging down through your waist here. You want to feel like you're lifting from the underside. Fingertips are resting to help you balance, squeezing in and releasing. That's it. Beautiful. Breathing in and out as you go. Go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to lower, releasing your legs. And then we're going to take your arm out in front of you, taking it long, and then we're going to gently lift your bottom leg, straightening it out, tapping it to the circle at the bottom, and then lifting to tap to the top. That's it. Beautiful. Breathing in and out as you go. That's it. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to lift and hold, touching the tops of your toes together and then squeezing down and releasing. Squeezing, release. That's it. Pointing long through your toes. 4, 4. Whoa. 3, 2. And last one. Beautiful. Oh, coming all the way up. Resting your legs down for a second. We're going to take your circle now and we're going to come onto your stomach. Stacking our hands on top of each other. We're going to point your right toe long, left heel is going to bend in at 90 degrees, and then we're just going to switch your core on and then lifting that left knee up off the mat and lowering down. Lifting and lowering. That's it. Breathing in and out. Next one, we're going to lift up and hold, and then we're going to straighten our toe long with our knee hovered, and then flexing it in. We'll go for 4, 3, core is switched on, lifting you up, 2. The last one, we're going to point long and hold, tapping that toe to the mat and lifting. For 4, 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful. Resting that leg all the way down. Pointing your left toe long, then we're going to flex your right heel in at 90 degrees, switching your core on, lifting that right knee up, and lowering down. I will. Beautiful. Lifting and lowering. Breathing in and out as you go. That's it. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we'll lift and hold, and then we're going to reach your toe long, knee still hovered, and then flexing it in. Reaching long. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to point that toe long and hold, and then tapping it to the mat and lifting. Whole leg nice and straight, core peeling up off the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Resting all the way down. From here, we're just going to make our way back up onto our mat, and we're going to sit down with our legs in front of us. All right, we're going to finish off with a little bit of core work with our circle. I promise this is the last bit. We're going to start with our feet resting in front of us, circle reaching out in front, and then we're going to scoop down, drawing the circle up and above our head, reaching it over, tapping it to the mat, and then as you exhale, gently peeling yourself up, reaching it tall. As you exhale, scooping down, tapping it behind you, and then gently coming up. If you get to your point of your roll up and you need a bit of assistance, just take one hand behind your leg. Still try and move really slowly though, so that you're still really switching on all of those muscles that are required to roll all the way up. We're going to take one more here. Beautiful. We're then going to come all the way down again. Ooh, resting back on the mat. From here, we're going to bring our legs into tabletop, but we're just going to take our ankles on the inside of the ring to begin, reaching our legs. Ooh. That's it. So what this asks is just essentially of perfect form. So the circle keeps our ankles hip distance apart. And we're going to take a deep breath in, arms up and over your head. As you exhale, we're going to peel yourself up into a little chest lift, reaching your hands long, and then lowering down. Lifting from your shoulders. Your head is just coming along for the ride. You don't want your neck initiating this movement at all. Reaching long and back. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2. Next one, we're going to lift and hold. We're going to bend your knees in till you can grab a hold of the circle. You're then going to reach your legs long, drawing the circle down, and then you're going to draw back in, popping your ankles back and reaching long. So pulling in, extending, reaching long, ankles back on the circle, reaching both legs long. Feel free to just watch a couple of times if you need to get a hang of what's happening. Beautiful. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2. Last one. And then hugging your knees into your chest. Ooh, take the circle out. Take a little rock from side to side, a few deep breaths. The last thing we're going to do is our roll up with our feet in our circle. So this is purely just for fun. You've well and truly worked hard. So if you want to finish here, feel free to finish here. But what we're going to move through is taking both our hands to the edge of one circle. We're going to bring the balls of both your feet into the other, and we're going to start with just stretching your legs out. So you want them to still be slightly separated. You don't want them to be too close together. And the aim is to keep your legs and your arms nice and straight. And we're going to start to curl up. So imagining you're curling up in your C-spine abdominals like we just did before. Curling all the way up. And then once you're sitting on your hip bones, you feel this is the point of the wobbliest. Pull apart. We're going to keep your knees straight and tuck your lower back in. That's it. And then scooping your chest down and rolling back. So you can use a little bit of momentum if you like, but it's just being able to balance and stay at the top there before you scoop your spine and roll back. That's going to be the most challenging. Deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, lifting your shoulders, starting in that C-spine, and then drawing your shoulders back, straightening out, knees stay straight. Ooh. And then scooping back. We'll go for 2 more here. Reaching forward, tucking that lower back in, keeping your knees locked in. Coming back down. Ooh, and 1 more. We're gonna hold here for 4. Shoulders away from ears, and 3. Legs still long, 2. Last one, bending your knees in, rolling all the way back down. Ooh, you can take your circle out, and you are well and truly done with it now. Oh, actually, what we'll do before you're done with it, we're going to take a stretch for our hamstrings on each leg. So just starting with that left leg in the ring, straightening it out to begin. Right knee still tucked. And then if the extension through both your hips feels okay, you can reach that leg long. So you'll see instantly, as I start to reach my opposite leg long, this leg doesn't want to be nice and straight, but when it's tucked up, I can stretch it a bit further. So just find a good in between. I'm going to stretch like this because I know I need to. The fact that I can't do it means that I need to sit here a little bit longer, particularly through my hamstrings. You might even find you feel like your calves are quite loose, but your hamstrings aren't. That can play a big part in whether or not your legs will straighten out completely and comfortably. Beautiful. And we're just going to swap over. Taking the opposite leg up, you can start with that opposite foot bent on the floor and then gently straightening out. You can already see this side. My hips are much more cooperative. Beautiful. Taking a nice big stretch here. Alright, we'll take that leg out, rolling all the way back up, and you're all done. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message, leave a comment, anything that you weren't sure about, or if you had any, if you're uncomfortable in any positions, let me know. Happy to give you any modifications if you want to do the class again at some point. See ya.